Hello guys, my name is Grannykarma and welcome to my kitchen today. It's rainy outdoors today, cloudy. So I decided that I was going to make those tea cakes that I've been wanting to make for a while now. I've been wanting to make some good old-fashioned tea cakes for a while. I even got one of my church ladies to give me her recipe. Now I'll tell you a little bit about that. But tea cakes is a big favorite in my home, especially Grandpa Karma. He loved tea cakes. Let me tell you, when we were younger and would drive down here to visit his mom and my mom and grandmother and all, we would always stop in the nearest town to his hometown to get tea cakes. He loved tea cakes. And once we were at a social at our church and he tasted this lady's tea cakes. Her name is Joyce. He tasted her tea cakes and he said those were the best tea cakes that he'd ever had. So of course I had to get the recipe from her. So I'm about to share it with you guys. So sit back, enjoy this recipe. It's very simple, very traditional. And what I found out was that this recipe is universal. It really is. You may tweak it a little bit here or there, but the recipe is universal. So come on, let's make these good old-fashioned tea cakes, guys. Okay, so we have all our ingredients here for our tea cakes, guys. We have 2 eggs that I'm gonna beat lightly. I have 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. We have 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 1/4 cup of sugar. I have a teaspoon or tablespoon actually of milk. I have 2 sticks of butter that I'm going to use in there. And here I have 2 1/2 cups of all-purpose flour. Okay, so now we're going to add in all of our dry ingredients right into here, our flour, which is the all-purpose flour. So let's add in all of the ingredients. First, we'll add in our salt, dry ingredient. Let's add in our baking powder. Put that right in. We're going to add in our sugar, all of it. Okay guys, so we'll take our eggs. Okay, we'll take our eggs. I want to make sure that I get it in for you so you can see it, guys. Okay, our eggs. And we're just gonna I'm gonna do all of this by hand, guys. All of it by hand. Just lightly beaten. Now we're going to start adding in our little wet ingredients, okay? So we're going to add in our eggs. Okay. We're going to add in this is silk milk. You can use whole milk, silk milk, buttermilk. So I'm just going to put a little bit of that in there. And then I'm going to start adding my butter. Oops. It's room temperature. I've let it sit out. You can use a fork or a spoon, but just start stirring it in. The butter, nicely room temperature. Now, nicely room temperature. And I'm just going to keep adding it. You saw that spill, didn't you guys? You know Granny, I always spill. Let's add in this other stick of butter. Put that in there and just kind of spread it around in here. Very nicely room temperature, guys. It makes it a lot easier when you're cutting the butter in here. The texture that you want is kind of this crumbly texture that I have going on here. And you just have to use some elbow grease. You could either use elbow grease or you can use a hand mixer, any kind of mixer that you have. But I'm just opting to just do it the old-fashioned way. You know, they didn't have hand mixers and they didn't have all these things. So this is what they used. Oh, that feels really nice. That's very nice. Okay. The dough feels very, very nice. Whoops. My hand got a little slippery there, guys. Okay, so we're going to keep mixing it in till I get all of this flour incorporated in here. All of it very nicely incorporated. Now, some people put vanilla extract only. I'm going to use a little touch of vanilla extract because I love the taste and I love the smell of vanilla extract. And this is what I have. I'm just going to put a little dab in there. And I mean, this was a lemon extract. I put a little dab of lemon extract in, and then because I could smell it now, I'm like, wait a minute. Now here's my vanilla extract. I'm gonna use all three flavors that people tend to put into their tea cakes, including a little ground nutmeg. Just sprinkle a little nutmeg in there, guys. Not a lot because it can be overwhelming. Okay. Oh, it smells, everything just smells so wonderful. And then we're just gonna keep mixing it. Keep mixing it. And then I want to get this, all the flavors mixed out all through. Yes, we do. We want our flavors mixed out through. And guys, I tend to do these like I do biscuits. My hands are much better. I tend to do these much better if I'm mixing them like I mix my 2-ingredient biscuits. You see how they're looking? Beautiful. Look at this. I'm just gonna fold it over and knead it a couple of times. So now we're gonna take this and we're going to wrap it into some saran wrap, and then I'm going to place it in the refrigerator for 20-30 minutes. So guys, I have them now, and I have my tea cakes in some cling wrap, and this is I think the secret, guys, to a great tea cake, and that's refrigerating it for 20 to 30 minutes, or you can leave it in however long you like. You know, you can make them and put them in overnight in the refrigerator and then take them out the next morning and pop them in the oven and cook them. But I really believe that this is the big secret behind the delicious tea cake. So off into the refrigerator is going to go for about 20 or 30 minutes. And then I'm gonna take it out and we're gonna roll it out and make our tea cakes and put them in the oven. Okay guys, I've taken it out of the refrigerator. I left it in there for about 30 minutes. Just wrapped up in some cling wrap. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna lightly dust my board here, my countertop. And I'm going to put this out on the cutting board. I'll just take a little bit, just take some off here. Okay, put this to the side, put that down. I got just a little flour on my hands. This really helped firm up the dough, and I'm just pressing it out with my hands. I want my cookies to be a little thick, guys. I want them to be nice, like a cake. I want them to be soft, and I want them to taste like a cake. So I'm just gonna press it down. I'm not sure of what size it's going to be when I get done. It's gonna be kind of trial and error here. These are cookies that were made hundreds and hundreds of years ago. And, you know, a lot of it was made by African American or Africans that were slaves. And they made these cookies for the ladies that would sit around and have a little tea party, you know, tea and crumpets or whatever. Okay, so I have a little cookie cutter here, guys, that I'm using. These are going to be some nice sizes here. Okay, I'm going to have to put more flour, I can tell. But I have a greased cookie sheet here. They're not going to be perfect. They look like little biscuits, guys. Just doing them. I'm going to have all different kinds of shapes. How beautiful. So guys, here you go. Here you go. Our tea cakes right out of the oven. Yes, piping hot, yummy, right out of the oven. Look at these. They are awesome. Look at that. I'm gonna taste one here. These over here look a little bit thicker. My second pan, they look a little bit thicker than the first pan, but they're wider. They're wide. They're both sets are wide, guys. These look amazing. I'm gonna take one, and oh, it's still hot. Look at there. I just broke it, but that's okay. I want you to see it. Let's open it. Look at that. Look at that cookie, which is a tea cake. So I want you guys to see me taste it, and I'm gonna taste the ones that I made a little bit thinner compared to the ones that I made a little bit thicker, guys. And we're gonna see which ones that we like the best. So give me a minute, and we're gonna have us some tea cakes. Okay guys, so I'm gonna try one of these. These are thinner than the ones over here. I made these a little bit thicker. So let's see which ones we like the best, okay? Okay, let's take a little bite. They're good, guys. They're really good. I can taste the vanilla and the nutmeg. They're really good. These are crispier. Very nice. Very nice. And just think you can sprinkle a little sugar, powdered sugar over it. There's so many things that you can do with this. Now let me try this one. A little thicker one. Look at this one, guys. This one looks more like a cake, right? Beautiful brown on the outer side. This one looks much more like a cake. Let's open it up. Look at that. Look at the steam, and look at that. Yummy. Let's take a bite of this one and see how we like it. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. I like the fatter ones, the thicker ones, much better, guys. Well, listen, thank you for watching this video. Get in the kitchen, make up a quick batch of tea cakes. You will not be disappointed. I love you guys, and remember, How others treat you is their karma. How you respond is your karma. Yummy, yummy tea cakes. Mmm.